they talked about this subject matter on Women's Sports Now here on Roku, and the same is for men. The transfer portal is open in college basketball right now.
So dumb.
And I can't think of anything dumber. Honestly, like, who is in charge to say in the middle of the most important part of the college basketball season, let's open the portal for kids to move in the middle of the NCAA tournament? So while we're put aside the fact that how are these kids and these student athletes, are they taking classes right now? Really? Is that what's happening right now? Like we have placed aside our sensibilities of student athletics amateurism enough. Like we're already suspending our disbelief enough, right? Watching this tournament, that we're not, nobody's sitting here thinking, you know, while UConn went on this run, and they've got a magna cum laude at forward. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what that guy who hit the buzzer beater, you know, he also wrote an incredible term paper at the same time.
There's no GPA on the lower third.
Okay, so but really, the business of college athletics, we're really going to open the transfer portal in the middle of all this, so players can have move. I have no problem with player movement, but can we make sure it doesn't happen in the tournament? Because what are we doing? So a coach and a staff that has to plan for two games this weekend. Everybody going to their regional final this weekend is hoping to win on either Thursday or Friday and then win again and cut down a net and go to San Antonio. So in the middle of all that, they have to make sure that nobody's transferring. You got to also look at the portal and who's coming in and make sure at the same time that the guy that you're counting on to win these games this weekend doesn't take offense to, oh, we're already looking at your replacement right now, potentially for next year when you're not leaving for the pros or the G League or Europe. Really? We're going to do all that? Why? Who's the moron who came up with that? Well, we don't usually play a 4-minute long soundbite here, but Tom Izzo had this brought up to him this week, and we have to play this man's response. Hit it.
You know what? I got 15, 16 guys that have just accomplished something that hasn't been done much in my career. First of all, we've never won 17 Big Ten games. Second of all, to be 17-3 in a league that is this good and only have 3 losses is phenomenal. Third of all, they've given me everything they can academically, athletically, and socially. And I'm going to think about replacing them. I've recruited the guys. They helped me recruit the guys who recruit. Nobody knows. And by the way, there's not a lot of recruiting done in the transfer portal. It's offering. There's not recruiting. It's paying. And we don't even know how these people are doing it. We don't even know what we can do yet. This is an amazing deal. And again, I'm going to apologize to you, but I am ticked off that you asked me that right now, because I think you just cheated me. So if I keep talking, I cheat my players, and I'll cheat myself before I'll cheat my players. So if you got another question about the transfer portal, I can lift you a lot of schools you can call and ask them. They might have the better opinion than me. But me, I'm homed in on Ole Miss. I might even call Mr. Manning and figure out something that I don't know about that place. And that's all I want. Chris Beard, what he's done has been incredible. But what my team's done has been incredible. And I'm not ready to move on. So, Judd, I've followed what you said. I'm going to worry today about the guys I got in this program that have done an incredible job this year, and that's it. And if that costs me later, so be it. But Tom Izzo isn't cheating the people that he has that have been loyal to him for this chaos that is going on out there. Is that cool? You got enough?
I wanted to ask today because I know we'll talk to you in
No, because you don't understand. When I came back Sunday night, that was it. There was nothing on my mind but giving these guys a chance to win one more game, get to Elite Eight, and one more game, and have a memory that'll last their entire life, their kids' life, and their grandkids' life, because that's what it is. And so excuse me for being passionate about it or pissed off about it, whichever words you want to use, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's not fair. It's not fair to the people. You could say it's fair to your program. I'll run my program like I want to run my program. And people have a disagreement with that, God bless them. But these guys that gave me everything they could give me are going to have a chance. And I'm not going to screw it up by spending any time on other stuff other than, I don't eat, I don't sleep right now. So why in the hell would I do something else that might benefit me a year from now? And really, it's not going to benefit me now because I don't know what I have. I don't know how much money I have. I don't know which players are leaving or staying. I don't have any idea. So why would I do that? Waste of time. All right, let's get back to some good things. That's not insulting. I'm not mad at you. I mean, I kind of am, but I'm not really. But I think you should know me well enough. But I learned from Stephen A. and you have the right to ask the question.
That's why I asked today.
Yeah. No, but today is, don't say it that way. Just say I asked the question. Because today doesn't matter any more than Friday to me. This is a full week of work. I got 3 teams to prepare for. Okay? Because that's what we do. We try to win the weekend. Winning one game and losing the other doesn't turn me on. Doesn't excite me. But the weekend, that excites me. Appreciate it. It wasn't a preach. It wasn't a, don't do that to me, okay? Well, he's on a sermon now. No. You're talking about something that is wrong, what we're doing. Because it's not, we always talk about what's fair to the kids. That's what the NCAA, that's what everybody, and that's what the media, what's fair to the kid, what is fair to the kids? I'm going to do what's fair to the kids. I'm going to give them every ounce of energy I have until we lose. Then I'll worry about the next stage. Go ahead.
I love that man. I love that man in every way, shape, or form. I love that man more than any Michigan State person I ever thought I could love.
Ooh.
I think, and by the way, the reporter is basically saying, I'm asking you now because next time we speak to you is after the game in the Sweet 16, and it is not appropriate to ask that question after a game, win or lose, right? So I'm asking you now, and I get you. And his answer is totally understandable, which is like, it's just as offensive to me now as it would after a game because I'm preparing for the game. I'm in the middle of the tournament. What is going on in this world? And he has the benefit of having tenure of a gajillion years at the school. By the way, Judd, he was looking straight up. That's Judd Heathcote, the legendary Michigan State coach who has long since passed, and he was on the staff of, right, that he was saying, hey, I'm doing what I was promised about doing it for the kids. Honestly, so how does he serve his current players by looking for the next now? And why would you place that onto a program if you're in charge of the sport? Why would you do it? Why is it being done? So all the teams that got bounced this weekend, they have an advantage over the ones who have advanced because they don't have to worry about the Sweet 16. Is that fair? Is it fair to the kids that Tom Izzo is looking straight in the eye to saying, I need every ounce out of you right now, but I'm not putting every ounce of me in right now to making sure you get every ounce out of what you get right now because I got to worry about my ounces next year and the year after. And coaches who don't have the tenure like Izzo have got to pay attention to next year because there may not be a next year for them. Or there may not be a next year for them to bounce to another school because they can. To a better program and leave the other kids behind and have the next coach worry about that portal problems there. To a best spot where they have more NIL money. I don't blame him for getting pissed and pounding the podium. You go, Tom. So stupid.
So stupid.
And in institutions of higher learning, hey, school presidents, you know, your schools are hopefully curing cancer and doing all these great things, but you don't have a smart person on your staff to step forward and say to the NCAA or whoever's in charge, let's come up with a better way of doing this collectively. I'm telling you, the only way this is going to get done is two conferences, thanks to football, getting together saying we have completely different interests than everyone else in college basketball and college football and college this and college that. Let's break off, do our own Super League, come up with our own rules. But we're years away from that. And TV's going to have to be the impetus. So, but you go, Tom Izzo. That was fantastic. That's why I wanted to play every last bit of that soundbite. There's no reason to cutting it up because he just got himself started and got himself upset and then calmed himself down. I mean, it's like watching Mooch. I've seen it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.